He grew up in a two-bedroom apartment in Delhi, sharing a room with his entire family. His father worked as a criminal lawyer. They weren't rich, they weren't connected, and yet by the time Virat Kohli was done, he would become the greatest run scorer in the history of one-day cricket. A man who turned pure obsession into something the world had never seen before. But here's the part nobody tells you. The night before one of the most important matches of his junior career, his father died. He played anyway, and he scored 90 runs. That single moment tells you everything you need to know about Virat Kohli. And today you're going to understand exactly how a kid from a cramped Delhi flat became one of the most feared athletes on the planet. Cricket, if you've never followed it, is a sport played between two teams of 11. Think of it like baseball's older, more complicated cousin. Batters score runs, bowlers try to get them out, and the whole thing can last anywhere from 3 hours to 5 days depending on the format. It's the second most watched sport in the world. More than 2 billion people follow it. And Kohli didn't just become its best player, he became its face. He started playing seriously at the age of 10. His coach, Rajkumar Sharma, noticed something unusual immediately. Not just talent, but an intensity that most kids his age simply didn't have. Kohli would stay behind after training sessions. He would watch footage of his own mistakes. He didn't just want to be good, he wanted to be perfect. By 17, he was playing for Delhi in senior domestic cricket. To put that in perspective, most players don't reach that level until their early 20s. He was already moving faster than the system was designed for. Then came that night in 2006. His father, Prem Kohli, collapsed from a stroke and passed away early in the morning. Virat was 18. His team needed him to play that same day in a crucial Ranji Trophy match. That's India's most prestigious domestic cricket tournament. Most people would have gone home. Nobody would have blamed him. Instead, Kohli walked onto that pitch, scored 90 runs to help his side avoid defeat, and then went home to attend his father's funeral. He later said those runs were for his father. That innings became legendary not because of the score, but because of what it revealed, a mental strength that coaches can't teach. You either have it or you don't. Kohli had it in a way almost nobody else does. India selected him for the national team in 2008, and the pressure was immediate. He was replacing legends in a country where cricket isn't just a sport, it's a religion. In India, a cricketer's failure isn't private. It plays out on front pages, on television channels, running 24 hours of cricket coverage, and in the opinions of over 1 billion people who feel personally invested in every single match. Kohli struggled early. There were tours where the runs didn't come. There were dismissals that repeated themselves. Critics started to question whether he had what it took for international cricket at the highest level. And this is where the Kohli story gets genuinely fascinating. Because most players, when they start failing at that level, make small adjustments. They try to survive. Kohli didn't adjust. He transformed.
He completely rebuilt his fitness. In Indian cricket at the time, extreme physical conditioning wasn't really a priority. Players were judged by their bat, not their body. Kohli changed that standard for himself first, then eventually for the entire team. He cut out junk food, adopted an intense gym routine, and became arguably the fittest cricketer India had ever produced. By his late 20s, he had the body of a professional sprinter, and the numbers that followed were almost impossible to believe. In one-day internationals, that's the 50-over format where each team gets 50 chances to hit the ball, Kohli has scored over 13,000 runs. Nobody in history has done that faster. He has 50 centuries in that format alone. A century means scoring 100 runs in a single innings, which is considered one of the hardest things to do consistently in cricket. Most great players manage 15 or 20 in their entire careers. Kohli has 50. In Test cricket, on the 5-day format considered the sport's ultimate challenge, he has over 9,000 runs and 30 centuries. In T20 internationals, the shortest and fastest format, he is the all-time leading run scorer. He doesn't just dominate one format, he dominates all three. But the statistic that truly separates Kohli from everyone else isn't about runs, it's about chases. When India need to chase a large target, meaning they're batting second and need to score more than the other team, Kohli's average jumps to numbers that statisticians have called statistically unfair. He wants the pressure.
He finds a way to be better when the game is on the line. That's not a natural gift. That's a choice. Repeated over thousands of hours of training until pressure stopped feeling like a threat and started feeling like fuel. In 2011, he won his first World Cup with India. In 2013, he became the #1 ranked test batsman in the world. In 2023, he delivered one of the greatest individual performances in a World Cup tournament, scoring runs consistently when India needed it most, carrying a team on his back the way only the very best ever can. Off the pitch, his life looks entirely different to where he started. He married actress Anushka Sharma in 2017. He built one of the most recognizable personal brands in Asian sports. His Instagram following runs into the hundreds of millions. He has endorsement deals that make him one of the highest paid athletes in the world, regardless of sport. But here's the thing, and this is what makes his story actually worth telling. Kohli has never let any of that change what drives him. There are clips of him from 2024, well into his late 30s, training with the same intensity he had at 20. He still stares down bowlers. He still celebrates with the same fire. He still gets visibly frustrated when he fails. He hasn't mellowed. He hasn't coasted. That hunger is either something you find exhausting or something you find completely compelling. Most people who watch Kohli closely find it the second thing. Cricket has had great batters before. There have been technically perfect players, elegant stroke makers, statistical giants. What cricket had never quite seen before Kohli was someone who combined elite skill with elite fitness with elite mental resilience in every format, across every condition, on every continent, for nearly 2 decades. The kid who played for his father the morning after he lost him, he never really stopped playing for him. If you want to keep watching stories like this one, athletes who built something extraordinary from something ordinary, make sure you subscribe. There are more of these stories coming, and you don't want to miss them.